Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Fngeen 6612. Let's start out with the wrist check. Since I'm reviewing one of the cheapest watches out there, I'm wearing another really cheap watch. I'm wearing the Fngeen 1370. And Grego is wearing my most expensive watch, my Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. Grogu said Princess Leia was upset with Han Solo. She was looking through receipts and discovered he spent 2,000 credits on a new nav computer for the Millennium Falcon. He said it was on sale and there was no time to discuss this as a committee. She said she's not a committee. He said, good, I'm glad he didn't bring it up then. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. The watch did not come in a box. So this is it. I do have the extra links in a bag. In the comments of one of my reviews, somebody mentioned that Fngeen as the cheapest automatic that you can buy. So if you're familiar with my channel, cheap is something I don't shy away from, so I went to AliExpress and bought this. After a coupon, I paid $18.23 after taxes, which is indeed the least amount I've ever paid for an automatic watch. Not sure if that was the best idea. There really isn't much to like about this watch, and I'm ready to move on. The watch is 40.5 millimeters at the bezel, 49.5 millimeters lug to lug. It's a whopping 15.3 millimeters thick, has a 20 millimeter lug width, and weighs 107 grams on the supplied bracelet. It has a smooth bezel, silver sunburst dial, has the Fngeen name and logo printed on top, and if you see there's a huge speck of dust on it. It says automatic on the bottom, and it has metal indices with these little loom tips just outside the indices. There's a double at the 12. It has loomed hands with an arrow tip on the minute hand, and it has a Dauphine hour hand. And then the second hand also has an arrow tip that's loomed. Then we have a 3 o'clock date with no cyclops. The unsigned crown is a push-pull. The crown action is surprisingly good. When you move the minute hand, it's not all loose like a lot of cheap watches. And when you go to push it in, it doesn't jump like a lot of cheap watches. So that's one good thing I have to say about this. Has a dome mineral glass crystal, and I like this too. It has a nice distortion effect. It just seems solidly well built. The case is obviously a chrome plated alloy. The ad says stainless steel, but it's shiny everywhere, which is a pretty good tell that it's chrome plated. The case looks somewhat thin, but if you add this where the case back's attached and then the case back, it looks like the bottom of the Starship Enterprise. Combined with the dome crystal, it's 15.3 millimeters thick, which is way too thick for a watch of this size. The case back is a display case back. It says stainless steel back, which is another tell that the rest of the watch is chrome plated. And then it says water resistance 3 ATM, so that's all you get. Also, it looks like a screw down case back, but it is not. If you look right here, you can see the slot where you put a tool to pry it open. Underneath the case back is an unmarked automatic movement. I didn't really do any research to see what kind it was. I just figure you would assume it's just a cheap Chinese made movement. It's a 3 Hertz movement that hand winds but does not hack. It also appears to have a bidirectional rotor, as I can't make it spin freely in either direction. Usually if it's unidirectional you can make it spin one way, but no. It's bidirectional. I don't know what the power reserve is, but I had the watch stop on me several times. I understand I am a software engineer and don't move around that much, but usually enough to keep my watch wound. Here it is on the Timegrapher. As you can see, it's running anywhere from 8 to 13 seconds slow, which is not awful for a watch at this price. But as you can see, the amplitude is really low and there's quite a bit of beat error. The bracelet is rolled metal. Look at that. You can really see it. They don't even try to hide it. I mean, these are some pretty bad looking links. Plus we have hollow end links. I guess at least they're inverted. But with this thick case, I don't know if that even matters. And we do have pin adjusters, but these pins aren't really cotter pins. They're more like pegs. So they take quite a bit of force to get in and out. And then look at this clasp. Press clasp, really thin. And then it has 3 holes of micro adjust. Yeah, this bracelet is rattly. It kinks up a lot. Not a good bracelet at all. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. And look at those gaps. Look how thick that is. That's a huge gap. Just imagine if you put this on a NATO, how thick it would be. So, even though it fits my wrist, it's just so chunky. I'm not going to show it to you on any other straps because what's the point? Here we're on the loom room. Just what kind of loom can an $18 automatic have? Well, it's official. This is indeed the worst loom I have ever seen. Look at it fade. It's gone already. What do I like about this watch? Well, I would like the dial if it didn't have this huge speck of dust on it. And then I do like this crystal. It's got a nice dome and it feels like solid glass. It seems nice. And I like the fact that you can set the watch without the minute hand jumping, which is not always the case with a watch at this price point. What are my gripes and groans? This watch is way too thick. Rattly rolled bracelet. Worst loom I've ever seen. And once again, the big speck of dust on the dial. Do I recommend this watch? No, I can't recommend a thick, chunky watch that stops on me several times with a garbage bracelet. There's a reason this is the cheapest automatic you can buy. I'm going to be glad to get rid of it. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Fngeen 6612. I hope it wasn't too depressing. I try to be optimistic about my watches, but it was just kind of hard with this one. I guess they all can't be gems. So, thank you for sitting through it, and I will be back with another review or unboxing. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.